Hello and welcome to a 1v1 on Langreskaya between Miragefla and Lemon. Both of these players are really good. I've played with both of them, so this should be a really good match. Miragefla will be playing as the US in the North Base, and Lemon is going to be playing as Oberkommando West in the South Base. I'm thirsty. Okay, so we have a double rifleman Miragefla, and we have double Volksgrenadier start from Lemon. Volksgrenadiers moving up the left side with Stern Pioneers leading the charge up here on the munitions point. Rear echelon troops circling around to this top strategic point over here. Riflemen moving down into the center. Second squad spawning over here, so they're going to probably be moving down here to cap. So first engagement could possibly be on these rear echelon troops. We actually have Volksgrenadiers passing up the victory point over here in favor of the fuel point, wanting to get that captured as quickly as possible.
Ready for action.
Not doing anything too aggressive with his supply half-track. He's not going to do any infantry pushing or scouting or anything like that. He also doesn't have a Kuba wagon, so nothing particularly aggressive here. Lemon, as far as I know, actually is a big fan of Scavenge Doctrine. We'll see what he chooses. He won't. If he chooses that, he won't have access to MG34s, which are really good on this map. So that will be a bit of an advantage he's losing, but the building placement should give him some opportunities to use Gator Light Infantry should he choose that doctrine. So we'll see what he does. Special Ops and Breakthrough are his other options, and if we take a look at Miragefla, we already have a doctrine selection. He went with Recon, so we'll probably be seeing some Pathfinder artillery, probably be seeing some M8 Greyhounds. And of course he's got the passive forward observer's ability as well. Still no capture of the victory point over here. We do see a third Volksgrenadier squad coming onto the field in addition to the third rifleman squad, so lots of infantry hitting the field here. And once he has the resources, it looks like Lemon's thinking about getting a battle group headquarters over here behind the hedge. We do have the center victory point getting captured by Volksgrenadiers, and they are staying at range to stay out of the line of fire, or to try not to take too much damage from these riflemen. And at this range, I think that the Volksgrenadiers will have the advantage, especially with Stern Pioneers. And the second squad moving up to support, so those riflemen are going to be forced away. Ooh, those Stern Piles are a little bit exposed there to that second rifleman squad, and they do take some casualties. Riflemen taking up a position in the house. I don't think Lemon will be able to win this engagement with those riflemen in that house. Needs to be careful about getting focused down those Sturms. Volksgrenadiers doing what they can though. This squad also down to 3 men. His Volksgrenadiers are doing quite well, but his Sturms taking heavy damage. He's gonna start taking some bleed if he doesn't retreat like right now. 1 down, 2 down, so that's pretty heavy bleed. He should have retreated those a lot earlier. But we do have battle group headquarters up, so we will at least have access to some healing. We also see that an engagement went down over here. 3 Volksgrenadiers died, 2 riflemen, heavily wounded rifleman squad in fact. If he'd held out a little longer, possibly could have thrown a grenade. Actually, no, we do see all of his munitions have just been sunk into a combat package on this Volksgrenadier squad, so no grenades for him, at least not for a little while. And it looks like just the sheer overwhelming force of riflemen was too much for Lemon to handle over here. And Miragefla is going to be able to push his way through, grab the center victory point and the strategic points as well, giving him a significant resource advantage considering 11 has also lost his left side fuel. And he still hasn't captured this victory point, so he's going to need to prioritize that. We do have even more Volksgrenadiers hitting the field, and I think the early purchase of this battle group headquarters may have set him back a little bit. Possibly throwing that 4th Volksgrenadier squad on the field before getting this could have helped him, or maybe just sending 1 more squad of Volks over here and not pushing so aggressively over onto the right side until he was a little more secure in the left. But he will be splitting up. He is sending 2 squads of Volks over to the left side and the remainder of his forces over here to the right, so spreading himself out a little bit. We'll see how that goes. Rear echelon troops taking up a position in the house to defend. These riflemen are going to defend, and if you're not sure about the forward observers, if you take a look at the fog of war, that is the sight range on these forward observer riflemen. So as you can see, it's quite far, and if we switch back to Lemon, Lemon cannot see those riflemen, so it's just that little extra boost. can be helpful. And we have another engagement happening. Mirage is going to be hitting the field with these freshly reinforced squads of riflemen quite soon. Stern Pioneers getting focused down on the approach, and they took sort of weird formation on the approach there and pretty much accomplished nothing. So they're going to be forced to retreat. That was unfortunate. Volksgrenadiers taking up a position behind this fence, but they are up against a captain now, as well as 2 riflemen squads. It looks like Mirage is probably going to go for some sort of captain tech. Maybe get a quick AT gun, pack howitzer, or Steward even. If we look at his fuel, we do see that he's got 54 fuel right now, so he could be going for a Steward. We'll see what he decides to do, though. Volksgrenadiers reinforcing here at the battle group headquarters. Riflemen taking control of the center victory point and also circling around here, cutting off the retreat path of this Volksgrenadier squad. Hopefully it will be able to escape that situation. And we do finally have a doctrine choice from Lemon. He's gone with Jaeger Light Infantry, or Scavenge, as I thought he would, and we'll see if he's able to take full advantage of that. Riflemen do catch the Volksgrenadier squad. Lemon's quite quick to retreat, though, and it looks like the riflemen are not going to even try to chase. Just going to start harassing territory immediately. Some fighting continuing over here by the battle group headquarters. Nice Shrek snipe on those rear echelon troops. Bazooka also firing from the captain. And we do have a pack howitzer hitting the field, so that's going to be Mirage's counter to this battle group headquarters hidden behind the hedge. It can fire over the hedge. We'll see if he's able to get some good shots off there. Jaeger Light Infantry spawning out of the house, already getting some shots off. 1 squad member from the captain down. They're better at medium to short range with their G43s, which are classed as carbines rather than rifles, if that's the kind of thing you find interesting. Doing pretty nice damage to those riflemen, but the pack howitzer is firing. Devastating shot. Very first shot almost completely wipes the squad out, and Lemon's going to be forced to make a quick retreat. So that pack howitzer definitely paid off in its very first engagement. And hopefully Mirage will be able to make good use of it for the rest of the game as well. Some Volksgrenadiers moving to respond against these riflemen over here, but he is spreading out a little bit. It might be better to group those Volksgrenadiers up against the wounded squad.
Taking effective fire.
We'll see what happens, though.
Grenadiers ready.
This squad may be able to beat that squad with the well-placed grenade. He actually has another combat package upgrading, though, so no munitions for grenades once again. Lots of capturing going on over here on the right side, though. He will be able to retake some territory. We actually have a Greyhound hitting the field as well. So no Stewart, went instead for the Greyhound, which might be a good decision. If he can get a good canister round off, that might be good. The Greyhound does have the armor skirt upgrade. It does not have access to smoke or mines the way the utility car does, though, so canister shot is pretty much the only thing about it that makes it sort of unique. And it looks like Lemon's Volksgrenadiers are chased away over here on the left side, despite heavy wounds on this squad and about half health left on that one. 1 grenade probably could have turned the tide for him, but he just didn't have the munitions because of all these combat package upgrades he's getting, so quite work out for him. We do have a quick Panzerschwerer headquarters, though, or Schwerer Panzer headquarters going up over here, though. We'll be able to do some damage to units in this building, and hopefully should be able to deter pushes into this side of things, although it won't be able to provide any defense for this fuel point over here, and that's going to be very important for Lemon to retake, but it doesn't look like he's dedicating all that many forces to it. Recon infantry moving up on these riflemen, going to do some very nice damage at short range there. 1 man remaining. They are going to have to retreat, or he'll risk losing that squad. There they go. M8 canister shot actually went out on these Volksgrenadiers, I believe, and took out three of them, but the other 2 will be able to make it away alive. No retreat point unlock here for Lemon. And I think he's content to just retreat all the way to base and then walk back to the battle group headquarters for healing if necessary. And we do have INR Pathfinders already on the field from Miragefla, and if we take a look, he's already got the 140 munitions he needs for the artillery stockpiled, and that can do devastating damage to these trucks if well placed. So we'll see what happens there. Pack Howitzer still only has 1 kill, which was that Jaeger light infantry here in the middle, so hasn't made all that impressive of an impact just yet, but it looks like he's trying to move it into position for some better shots. And it's doing a little bit of light damage to the battle group headquarters, which can really start adding up, especially once artillery starts being dropped by these Pathfinders, and it's going to be important for Lemon to screen those Pathfinders, or he could really risk losing that truck. And in fact, we already have it falling. Here it comes, doing nice, very respectable damage. Look at that. So that's about half the truck's health, and Lemon's going to have to get that repaired as soon as possible if he doesn't want to risk losing it to a barrage from the Pack Howitzer. Oh, nice shot there. That netted him 3 kills and almost at 1. Next shot coming out. It overshoots a little bit. Folks Grenadiers look like they're pretty much clear of the barrage, but they're going to be overwhelmed by all these riflemen. We do have a fresh squad of Jaeger light infantry being spawned in this building over here, but the Folks Grenadiers are taking heavy damage from sustained rifle fire. That squad's going to be forced to retreat soon. This one looks like it's going to be forced away, and the Jaeger light infantry are just a little too far away from this force of riflemen. They're not going to be able to win this engagement, especially not with M8 support. Forcing them out, taking heavy damage, getting focused down. Rear echelon troops being forced away, though, at the very least. And we do have Vet 1 and 6 kills on the Pack Howitzer now. We have Lemon Sturm Pioneers attempting to make some repairs on the battle group headquarters, but we don't have a support package on them just yet, which does improve the repairability, and we also don't have Vet 3, so they're still a pretty slow repair squad. And those Pack Howitzer shots are going to make things difficult. M8's actually moving up to try and delay his repairs, but he does get pushed back by that Panzerschreck. We actually have a lot of Pack Howitzer shots coming in now, and soon he will probably be able to do the high explosive barrage once again. Yep, it's going out right now, and that's going to start landing on the headquarters, and I'm not sure Lemon's going to be able to out-repair that. And in fact, if we take a look at his INR Pathfinders, they're already back up on the field. Oh, and a devastating Pack Howitzer barrage shot actually wipes the Sturm Pioneer squad as they're trying to repair. And now the Arty's coming in, and that is definitely going to be the end of Lemon's battle group headquarters. So just sustained fire from the Pack Howitzer combined with these INR Pathfinders are definitely getting the job done. And unfortunately, Lemon's not been able to make particularly great use of his Jaeger light infantry as he keeps getting forced out of this building. He's attempted it twice. First time forced out by the Pack Howitzer, second time forced out by the M8. So nice response in both instances by Miragefla. We do have Jaeger lights trying to harass up in the north, but they're going to get pushed away by a captain as well as the M8. M8, of course, is a pretty good counter to Jaeger light infantry, as are all light vehicles, since they have no anti-vehicle, and light vehicles are able to move to respond to them very quickly. We do have a Lux on the field, and the Lux versus M8 matchup I think is pretty even once the M8 has these armor skirts. Doesn't do great damage to the M8, M8 doesn't do great damage to it, so they have to fire on each other for a long time. I believe that the Lux wins out in the end, but either way, it's going to come down to which one is better supported. Lux is actually going straight for the captain, but the captain finds it in green cover. And he's actually not going to attempt a flank here, and those bazooka shots are connecting quite nicely, and that Lux is already going to be needing a lot of repairs. And Lemon has a way of repairing it because he's lost his Sturm Pioneer squad and he doesn't have a mechanized regiment headquarters. So already his Lux is going to be forced off the field for a long time, whether he needs a new Sturm Pioneer squad. Yes, he's going to be cooking a new Sturm Pioneer squad. So that alone is going to delay things, and we have a high explosive barrage going off over here, killing a few grenadiers, and that's going to be 15 kills in Vet 2 now on this Pack Howitzer. And once it hits Vet 2, it gets a huge damage increase, so that's going to be very problematic for Lemon as he starts bleeding more and more manpower. But at the very least, he has retaken control of the entire left side and is able to make a push once again for the central victory point here. Oh, nice shot. shots from the M8, as well as the pack howitzer, inflicting heavy bleed, and that's actually a full squad that just went down right there. Had a Panzerschreck too, so that really hurts. That definitely hurts a lot. I think. Actually, wait, maybe not. Never mind, they were just like right on top of each other. He didn't lose the full squad there. I thought he did, but no, he didn't. Shots going out over here. Now that's going to be 20 kills, so it did just get 5 kills, I think, in like 1 shot or 2 shots just now. Harassment happening from a heavily wounded rifleman squad over here on the left. Should be able to push that back with this Lux here in a moment. Jaegerlight's getting pushed back, though, by the pack howitzer. Lux is actually going to get pushed back a little bit by this captain. No, captain forced to retreat immediately. He doesn't want to risk it. Lemon is up to 95 fuel, so we'll see what he chooses to do with that. Wouldn't be surprised, actually, to see an Ostwind, since he's sort of in a difficult situation here. We actually do have an M8 Scott on the field. That could actually be quite dangerous. Oh my goodness, that was a shot from the pack howitzer, and the Scott has 0 kills. I think the pack howitzer just killed the Lux with the Scott's help. Both of those shots connected perfectly. That was really unlucky for Lemon that happened, and his Lux goes down just about immediately. Meanwhile, he's getting bled hard here in the middle, charging with his Volksgrenadiers and taking tons of damage. In the attempt, he does drop some scavenge artillery in this retreat path, but the initial shells don't connect, and those riflemen are all going to get away just fine. In fact, the M8 is going to chase these heavily wounded squads into the base, getting some kills. It is Vet 2, so it has better accuracy and rate of fire. Oh, that canister. Oh, I thought that wiped the Sturm squad, but in fact, it gets away just in time, and the Ostwind does hit the field just in time to prevent any full squad wipes, but it almost doesn't even matter because this amount of bleed is going to cost Lemon, I don't know, like 300 or 400 manpower to fully reinforce. That is a huge blow. That charge cost him a lot. Miragefla certainly lost his fair share as well. And we'll see. We'll see how he responds to that. He does have an ambulance hitting the field, lots of reinforcements going out. The manpower is now very low for both of these players as they try to rebuild from that engagement, but I think Miragefla came out on top. However, this Ostwind is going to be a pretty serious force, and it looks like Mirage is bringing in an 18 gun to help deal with that. And unfortunately, since the Lux was taken out, it is not going to be able to respond to this wounded rifle squad up here, and they're going to be free to retake the left side if we don't see some Jaegerlight infantry or something moving to deal with that. Volksgrenadiers salvage the M8 over here, so that's going to be a little extra fuel for Lemon. And there's going to be another engagement up here while Mirage moves his forces back up. We do have 23 kills now. Oh, up to 26. 3 kills in 1 shot right there, instantly forcing a retreat on that Volksgrenadier squad. Captain also taking up a good position in this house. Going to get some nice shots on the Ostwind right off the bat. Look at that. It's already down to half health. It's going to bring the Captain quite close to Vet 3, in fact. And that shot might do it. No, it needs to get 1 more shot. But that Ostwind already being forced off the field once again. Lemon Sturm Pioneers don't have the support package. Wounded also, only 3-man squads, so they're going to be slow to repair. Scott firing as well, so... Oh, a Panzerschreck actually connects with the pack howitzer. 1 more shot like that could destroy the gun entirely, which would definitely be nice for Lemon. But it is backing away, getting into a safer position. Scott continuing to fire. We actually have infiltration grenades going out. One of them connects somewhat well and puts some decent damage. Scott doing heavy damage to that squad, though. The squad also being bled very heavily. And Mirage is actually keeping his major in range of engagements. He knows that the Volksgrenadiers can't focus him down all that quickly. And he does gain veterancy from being near allied units, so that has gotten him up that 3 major quite quickly. And we do have repairs going out on the pack howitzer, so that's got 30 kills now. Good God, it's just bleeding Lemon so hard. It's really effective against these massed Volksgrenadier pushes. Ostwind firing on the rifles. We actually have the Scott moving up. Oh, to take some shots on the Ostwind. That was a really nice hit right there. One more could destroy it. Oh, but it bounces. And that was actually on the Volksgrenadiers. And the Volksgrenadiers are doing heavy damage to the Scot. We actually have more scavenge artillery coming in. And the captain's going to be making a retreat because he doesn't want to be inside of a building when it collapses. Shells falling. It looks like we will escape just fine. Major's actually getting hit over here by Schwerer Panzer headquarters, but we see Pathfinders dropping Pathfinder artillery, and the shells are coming in. We also have rapid barrage from the Major, although that may have been in poor judgment, as that's 120 munitions pretty much wasted no matter the circumstances. Yeah, that didn't really do anything. Major almost died in the process, but that being said, Lemon is just spread so thin for repairs. He's still repairing this Ostwind, nowhere near finishing those repairs. You definitely won't be able to dedicate a Sturm Pioneer squad to repairing this anytime in the near future, and all it's going to take is a couple barrages from that Scot and Pack Howitzer to destroy it. And we also have a Sherman on the field.
Grenadiers ready.
Panzerschreck connects, and then the Volksgrenadiers immediately make a retreat. And at this point, it looks like Lemon is really struggling to stay in the infantry game. He's bringing in a Rakettenwerfer for that Sherman, but really he needs to bring in some sort of heavy armor. But he's extremely far away from a Panther because he had to spend 100 fuel on that Ostwind, so he may be relying completely on his infantry for anti-tank right now. I'm not sure what his next big fuel purchase will be. He's going to need some sort of something. Maybe even a Sturm Tiger, I don't know. Might be good. Sturm Tiger at the very least could clear out an AT gun, could clear out the Pack Howitzer. And there's no really heavy AT on as far, like there's no Jackson or anything for it to contend with, so it might be a good purchase, but we'll see what he chooses to do. Nasty indirect fire shots falling on those Volksgrenadiers as usual. Coming close to wiping squads. We actually have Pathfinders moving up into range of the Schwerer Panzer headquarters. Mirage does have 155 munitions, so he may be thinking about dropping artillery here. Maybe he doesn't want to waste the munitions. Maybe he'd rather just destroy it with a barrage. And Sherman, yeah, it looks like that's what he's going to do. Although we do have a counterattack coming up here by Lemon. But a barrage does destroy that Schwerer Panzer headquarters, so he'll no longer have access to anything. Oh, we actually have a second Ostwind on the field. That's... I don't know if that was a good idea. That's 100 fuel spent there, and now I don't think he'll ever be able to get anything heavier than an Ostwind for the rest of this game, unless he makes a huge comeback here. We do have a counterattack going in hard. Panzerschreck shots actually connecting with the with that Sherman quite nicely. The AT gun is set up well for this. And, oh, the shot actually misses on the Ostwind. Pounces from the Scot. Another shot misses on the Ostwind. Bazooka shot's going out, though, and it looks like finally that Ostwind was taken down. And the captain takes out both Ostwinds there. And that was definitely a pretty decisive engagement for Lemon. He inflicted almost no real casualties on his opponent and lost pretty much everything there. Rakettenwerfer getting cleared.
We just lost a unit.
We do see one rifleman squad going down, so I guess that's something. Everything will be forced to retreat. Of course, Mirage has more riflemen here, so he's not lacking for infantry at all, whereas this is pretty much Lemon's whole army now. And I'm not sure there's going to be any coming back from this for Lemon, who just spent 200 fuel on Ostwinds and then lost them. Charging his opponent's base.
Enemy forces now have 300 points remaining.
He is retaking control of the central victory point, although these riflemen are quickly moving to respond. As is this force.
Someone get us out of here!
Area's ours.
And Lemon is being forced to spend yet more manpower on reinforcements. If we take a look, the pack howitzer actually got decrewed during that by the Ostwinds, so that's good. It does mean that the veterancy and the kill counters are set, so I'm not sure how many kills that had when I got killed, but it was probably somewhere around 40. I'm not sure. He's actually throwing up a beacon right here, so he might actually be thinking about bringing in the airdropped combat group. Either that, or he's just gonna use it for the minimap intel it gives. It shows enemy units on the minimap, like in a certain radius. Lemon's counterattack moving out once again, forcing away the captain, trying to retake some control over the left side. Sturm Pioneers also staying at medium range versus these rifles. Looks like they're going to lose that engagement though. Volks Grenadiers are too busy with the riflemen in this house over here. Rakettenwerfer also moving up. Second Rakettenwerfer moving up, so hopefully that'll be able to stop anything that Sherman tries to do, although they're getting a little bit exposed here. Grenade going in on those riflemen. They're going to be forced out of the house. These Volks Grenadiers moving to support. These Rakettenwerfers are kind of unfortunately placed. Oh, and indirect fire actually clears that one. High explosive rounds doing a pretty good job against the other, so those Rakettenwerfers were not really used optimally. Oh, and before it can fire, it gets cleared. Oh my god, that was a horribly powerful shot. That really hurt. Of course, that's pretty much how it's been all game. 14 kills on the Scott now. Already 10 kills freshly on this, despite being recruited. Wow. Lemon being forced to retreat again, being bled far too much by that pack howitzer and Scott.
Send your mission. Squad is back to full strength.
And Lemon throws out the GG, so I'd say that the highlights of this match were definitely the use of the Pathfinder artillery, as well as the use of the pack howitzer, and to a lesser extent the Scott. Sherman didn't do much of anything, it died just about immediately. And the Ostwinds certainly underperformed as well. I think that they could have done a lot better had they not charged straight into the base. I also think purchasing a second one may have been a bit of a strategic misstep, but either way, it was a pretty good game. I hope you enjoyed it, and if this is the kind of thing you like, you can always send me a replay, send me a message on kotu.org, or leave me a comment or whatever, and I would love to do a cast of your game. If not, then I hope you enjoyed the video, and thanks for watching.